Hello, D-Rock here. Welcome to the channel. 2,000 years ago, along the Pacific Ocean, a massive temple complex named Pachacamac began to be built. Located in what is now southern Lima, Peru, this complex began with the Lima culture. It would also be occupied by other cultures such as the Wari, the Ishma, and the Inca. All these cultures contributed to the growth of this immense religious center. And sadly, Pachacamac would not go untouched by the Spanish, who sacked and looted all its temples. This site was one of the most important religious centers in the area during Pre Hispanic times. Pachacamac is huge. It takes hours to walk around. The complex has pyramid after pyramid, and the gigantic Temple of the Sun looks down on all of them. So as we walked among the ruins, it was quite profound, trying to imagine the civilizations that flourished here. So please join me as I head out to discover what once was. So this is a model here, and you said we're right here?
Yes, over there.
We're right here.
Yes.
And it takes 3 hours to walk this whole area here at Pachacamac, just outside of Lima. This is going to be fantastic. So Pachacamac was the Lima culture, then it moved to the Wari culture, and then the Inca culture. And we're just in the museum before we start walking around, but here's an example of actual Inca vases. So this is pretty incredible. All right, we're about to go explore some of the actual ruins out here, and we've hired a guide, and it's the best way to really get a good understanding of this place. This place is huge, so there's a couple things on site. We're just going to grab a coffee and then continue on. So the structures look like they're built with adobe bricks, kind of similar to Pacachamac. You can see here we're just beginning. It's going to be a lot of walking. So everything's buried pretty much still. All the structures are still buried. And this place has been excavated over... How long has this place been excavated? 100 years?
We have by Dr. Maxula in 19th century. Another in 1940 by Peruvian archaeologist Dr. Julio Cesar Tegui. Present day archaeologists working in this area who carry conservation to many structures and diggings. For example, they carry diggings in front of the temple, Peidi temple, and the old temple, and the temple of the sun.
So it's been excavated
Yes.
for a very long time.
Archaeologists remains with the artifacts buried.
This place has been pretty much consistently excavated since the 19th century. Everything, as you can see, all underneath the sand here are structures. It's absolutely fascinating. So looking to this way is just nothing but pyramids over here. The whole area is just huge. So here's a view of one of the pyramids. So just beyond that pyramid this is actually part of the Inca Trail running north to south. This is literally their road. Wow. I feel like we're in Egypt right now. So Temple of the Sun is massive, and it's can see we're gaining some pretty good elevation. We think 500 feet or something. Yeah. See the view looking down. Incredible. So this area was looted pretty heavily by the Spanish when they came in, and then looted again in the 19th century. But still impressive nonetheless. So there's 4 cultures that occupied this area, and it was the Lima culture, the Wardi culture, the Ishma, and then the Inca. So we're gonna get some pretty cool views from the top here of the Temple of the Sun, but camera's probably not doing it justice just how big this site is. This is all the archaeological side of the area. Then off to the left here, you've got the ocean, Pacific Ocean. Yeah, this is incredible. Here's the temple. Used to be painted red too. Still seem there's some remnants of the color up there. See, this is what's fascinating out here in the deserts in Peru, is that it just looks like sand dunes, but what's underneath them are actually temples, pyramids, and it's all over the country. It's just absolutely fascinating. You can see still some of the original red paint of the temple still there over the bricks. Incredible. Oh, we got a nice view of the Pacific Ocean coming up too. This is an awesome view. Wow. So we're continuing on to the top of the Temple of the Sun, and you can still see the bricks here. Original bricks. Wow, this is incredible. So we're almost at the top of the Temple of the Sun, and the views are just spectacular. There's a potsherd. Don't know from which culture, but it's up here at the top, Temple of the Sun. Thought we can get up to the top, but we can't get to the tippy top. And we're gonna walk around this whole thing, but it is immense, so that's pretty cool. I'm sure there's potsherds everywhere. So if you're in Lima, definitely want to take a trip out here if you're interested in this kind of stuff. You can see down below, just as I mentioned before, how big this is, and all this has been slightly excavated over here. It's just all pyramids and housing and a whole bunch of incredible. So a lot of this has been reconstructed by archaeologists, but this gives you an idea how this temple was tiered, the levels. It's just massive. So off in the distance, part of my finger where I'm pointing, that's the Temple of the Sun, that large hill right there. And we've come back down, we're just kind of exploring this area here, and this is pyramid number 2. It's just a whole mess of stuff here. And you can't walk up in here, so you're kind of limited to this, but it's a fascinating place nonetheless. So like I mentioned, if you're in Lima and you've got some time and you're into this type of thing, this is definitely worth the stop. Wouldn't you say, Jen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is fantastic. So we're going to wrap it up here, and we've got lots more places to come, lots more content to come. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free. It helps us tremendously. So we'll see you next time. D-Rock out.
Chin out.
Adios.